What's up guys, and welcome to the Diablo 3 build guide for the Barbarian Speed Whirlwind build. This build is primarily used for Torment 13 normal rifts and lower GRs that you outscale for speed running for DBs and whatever else you might be after. Starting off with the skills, we are going to be using Wrath of the Berserker with Insanity, Whirlwind with Blood Funnel. You can also switch this out for Hurricane or whatever your preference is, but this is going to return some of your life on critical hits. And then you have Battle Rage with Bloodshed, Ignore Pain with Bravado, Sprint with Marathon, Warcry with Charge. Our passives are going to be Boon of Bolkathos, Nerves of Steel, Rampage, Weapon Master, and then in our Hellfire Amulet we're going to rock, our fifth passive is going to be Ruthless. Whatever your Hellfire might end up being, that's what you got. Alright, for the gear, it's going to stick pretty close to classic Whirlwind with a few minor changes. Our set we're using is going to be Wrath of the Waste. We're going to still be using Pride of Cassius as the belt, Hellfire Amulet, and then our rings are going to be Convention of Elements and Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac. Our cube is going to be Skull Grasp, Mantle Channeling, and the Furnace. The biggest changes here are going to be the weapons, the skills we've already mentioned, and our bracers. The weapons we're going to be using is going to be the Bolkathos Oath, which is going to be Solemn Vow and Warrior Blood. These are going to give us a increased fury generation, and during Whirlwind we gain 30% increased attack speed and movement speed. We also get movement speed from Warcry Charge and Sprint Marathon, as well as, there's another one, and yeah, Wrath of the Berserker. So we're going to be moving very fast during this build. As far as gems go, we got Teguk, and then Gogok of Swiftness, and then Pain Enhancer. We're going to be running Nemesis Bracers for the bracers to speed up things with, getting elites from shrines. And as far as stats go on all the gear, it's the normal Whirlwind stuff. We want Whirlwind on our helm and boots. We want CDR on our shoulders, some life percent on our pants, or on our chest and our belt, and then our pants get some all resist, kind of all resist all the way around. And then our weapons are going to be either cooldown or area damage. These aren't actually rolled. And then our rings, we're going to be focusing on things like crit, and strength, and then some CDR, area damage, whatever combination you can think of. And then we also, I don't have it on these, but you probably want physical damage on your amulet and your Nemesis Bracers if you are using Blood Funnel. If you switch to any other rune for that Whirlwind, then you're going to want to change that accordingly. Going over Paragon, it's going to be kind of the same as Whirlwind. On our core tab, we're going to want movement speed first, a little bit of Vit, and some strength. This build is not as tanky as the normal Whirlwind build. You're a little squishy. And then on offense, you're going to want attack speed, crit chance, crit damage, cooldown reduction. Defense, you're going to want resist all, life, armor, life regeneration. And then here you want area damage, life per hit, resource cost reduction, and then gold fine. Alright, as far as playstyle concerned, it's normal Whirlwind build. And as your follower, it doesn't really matter. I use a Templar for like the tankier, healer type of stuff. But if you want to use the Enchantress or the Scoundrel, it's up to you. As far as the play goes, Whirlwind everything. That's just the main thing of the game. Use Wrath of the Berserker as much as possible. Use it on cooldown. And then you also want to keep Ignore Pain up as much as possible, and Battle Rage as well. And then, as you can, to make sure your speed is at max, use Sprint and Warcry. Now, this build actually has a pretty big problem with like killing single target, like Rift Guardians. My gear is a little bit shy of like what you would really want to be farming T13 at. But whenever I jump into this GR60, you'll see when I get to the Rift Guardian, I'm surprised it didn't die. It took a long time, but like sometimes you want to actually hold off on your sprint abilities, your movement speed abilities, to kind of like slow down a little bit to get some concentrated fire. And then there's also times in the Rift where I'm going to skip certain mob types that have high armor, which is going to slow me down, and because I can get more percentages with the speed overall against the Rift. But it's really up to you and your gear. If you can level everything with Dust Devils, then go ahead and do that. But like I usually try to skip around certain elites just to make the run as fast as possible. But that's basically it. Just normal Whirlwind. Keep all your stuff up and just keep on spinning. If you guys appreciate this video, then hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. I do build guides for every class. I'm about to jump in and show you the GR60 clear for this. Make sure you stick around for the Rift Guardian kill because it's a really bad roll on Rift Guardian for a Whirlwind, but I managed to not die, so that was epic. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.